What's good, YouTube? It's Ricky Rose coming at you with a brand new video, and in this video I'm going to be going over the best ISO build in 2K20 so far in the demo, but eventually you can most likely create this when the game comes out. Now, if you remember in 2K17, the short 6'2" point guard that was able to speed boost and shoot threes, this is that build. They fucked up and actually released that, and you can recreate it in this game. Now, keep in mind that having a 6'2" guard, it kind of hurts you, but you have an advantage. If you know how to dribble, you know how to ISO, you know how to create the space, especially with all the badges that came out into this game. Now, you know me, I'm not the best dribble head. I know how to, create my own space. As a sharp, I usually always make a sharp, but I know how to maneuver. I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta create in order to ISO. 86, I believe ball control is gonna be the limit, and you will unlock the moves that you need in order to do your ISO moves. I believe it's rank 2 that you get. After 90 or 92, you get all the rank 3 dribble moves, like 2K19. But in reality, even on 2K19 with the tier 2 dribbling moves, that was mainly what everybody used. So it wasn't, you didn't need a 90 ball control. If you had it, you had it, and you had exclusive moves. But in reality, all you needed was an 86, and you were a dominant ISO player if you knew how to ISO. Now, not everybody know how to do it. Now, the skill tree that you do want to choose is the second one. I know it says shooting and finishing, but if you look at the playmaking, it's at an 82 ball handling. All you need is 4 points, and you can get those 4 points if you make it right. Now, we're gonna click that tree. This one, obviously, if you're going to be an ISO player, you're always going to go with the first one. It gives you the most speed, acceleration. You have no point in strength. You're going to be 6'2", and your vertical, you'll never get a rebound. So that's completely useless. I think vertical does fall in the same category as dunking. You could use it, but you're 6'2", so you won't be really postering nobody. I mean, if you have an open lane, you can most likely dunk it, do something flashy, but other than that, you will not be using that. Now, just to fill it in, obviously you want to get all your finishing ones, your shooting, your free throws. That's the thing with free throws. A lot of people were saying that went to community day, always fill up your free throws. Me, it's like, it's wishy-washy to me. It's like, you got it, you don't, fuck it. Passing, all of this you want to put up besides post moves. Post moves, you have no purpose in ever putting that up. You're not a post scorer. Post fade, I didn't put it up yet because I just feel like you do not need it. But eventually, when I have some attributes left over, I will most likely put it on there just so I can get more shooting badges for my liking. Now, post moves, you don't need that. Interior defense, you want to max that out. Perimeter defense, you want to max that out. Literal quickness, steal. And in reality, blocks, you kind of don't need it because you're 6'2". You getting a block is like us getting to Mars and fucking breathing over there. So it's gonna be risky. This is where you basically throw up what you want. If I put it into blocks, I get 3 extra badges. And you don't even have to max it out in reality. You still have 24 extra points that you can put up. Now, you can put it in post moves. You get an extra 15. If I remove it from the block, well, which you will most likely never use, you will get an extra 4 badges. If you do it for post, you get an extra 5. If you put it in post hook, damn, post hook is up to 80. Damn, them niggas is goated. I mean, you're 6'2". If you're going against another point guard, you could probably hook a little shot in. But other than that, there's really no purpose into it. For blocking, it's completely up to you. You can put some of it in. You can max that out. You can max this out. I would say get your shooting. That's what ISO players rely on. Once they create their own space and they open for the shot, they pop. Or if they could get by the defender, they go in for the drive. Depending if the center, cuts in and try to stop you, then you kick out. Most people would go up anyway because they stingy as shit. Now, this is up to you completely. You can put it up in your blocks. You'll have 5 badges. But in reality, I wouldn't do that just because, to me, there's no point. You're 6'2", the blocks is useless. Go with the finishing. You have more badges to finish at the rim. Your defense is going to be kind of wishy-washy, so I could see why you would want to put it on block. And if you want, you can put it in your defense just to get Clamp's Hall of Fame. Well, you can't even get a Hall of Fame. You can only get it like gold, I believe, to stay in front of the defender, but you're 6'2". Most likely they're just going to get by you regardless. But that's, like I said, you can customize this however you want. But the next step, this doesn't really matter. Solid. Obviously make that to whatever liking you want. But with the height, you got to drop it down once. Why? Because you need your all control to go up by 2 in order to get it to 84. Keep in mind, you can drop this down. You lose interior defense. You're 6'2". You're not going to be in there at all. Now, this is the last step that gets you and allows you to speed boost. And ISO. Create the ISO. Get open. Get by your defender. You want to drop your wingspan down 3. That's the only way you can get. I mean, you could lower your height even more, but then you're going to be completely useless on defense. So there's no point in actually going that far. With your wingspan, you're already short. All you got to do is stay in front of the defender and jump when he drives or when he shoots. You just got to time it correctly and you'll be good. Now for the ball handling, like I said, you could drop it more and get those extra 3, but then you're going to have T-Rex on. There's no point. Obviously, you want to drop it down 2, and that's going to be the ISO build. I am going to show you the badges right after this, just so you can kind of see what I would go with. Obviously, you can eventually switch the badges or just pick whatever badges you want and you feel comfortable with. And the last bit of this whole thing, you get 4 takeover badges to choose from. 4. You could be a shot creator, slasher, a playmaker, or a sharp. Most likely you would want to go with a sharp, but you have everything else. In reality, there's no point in getting slasher. You're 6'2". Playmaking, you can probably, break a few more ankles, but you don't have an offensive badge. Because you can break ankles without this, so you kind of don't need it. If you could create your own space, you will most likely go with shot creator or sharpshooter. Obviously, for me, I'm going to go with a sharpshooter because if I get open, I'm going to shoot a 3 from half court and yam that shit in your mouth. As you can see, I got Derrick Rose, John Wall, and Damian Lillard as my similarities of. John Wall got fat. Derrick Rose got weak knees, but he got my last name, so I fuck with him. And Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard is a god, I ain't gonna lie to you. Definitely not a solid 3, just a solid 1. Everybody else kind of trash on that shit. Now, for your overall rating, I recommend you stay within the 85 to a 90 range. I know if you look over to the playmaking stats, it says a 74. There is no cap breaker. There is no limit. Once you get enough, once you get to an 85, you can upgrade whatever you want. Just because it says 74, that is not your limit. Your limit is 86. That is the highest you can go. You do have a cap, but you get to choose when you get to that cap. So as soon as you buy a whole bunch of VC, you can literally boost up your playmaking to an 86. You do not get limited. I need you to understand that, because some people will see this build and see a 74. You do not get limited. This will, as soon as you can make your character or you go over there to the actual game, you can boost his attributes to the cap. Obviously, you cannot max out every stat that I've shown you because you're not a 99. But once you get to these overall ratings, just kind of put it to the overall ratings that you're mainly gonna be. You're not gonna be a 99 out the get-go, so do not put it like that. Because I don't want you to make a 99 character, play the demo that's on Rookie, and then get to the game and be like, oh, Ricky lied to me. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So pick a overall that's suitable for you. If you think 91 is, feel free to do so. If you feel like an 89 or 88 is, pick it. Now for me, I am gonna go 87, just for the fuck of it. Now I'm gonna fill in all the badges, just so you won't actually have to see me going through them one by one. But I'll see you right back when I actually fill them all in. Alright, so I ended up filling up all my badges. We're actually just gonna go over all of them briefly just to show you what I went with. I went with Acrobat simply so I could change my layup and make difficult shots. Obviously, you're 6'2". There is going to be people that cut you off if you get by your defender. You're an ISO player. So if you decide to drive and you actually cut to the rim, there's going to be a person that's most likely going to try and stop you, and you have to kick out. So just in case if you choose not to kick out, which most of you ISO niggas do, you can actually increase the chances of making that. You could say why I didn't put it Hall of Fame. There's just other badges, period, on here that I would prefer to have. Giant Slayer, you're most likely going to be contested by a center. The center is most likely going to be guarding the person in the corner, because in reality, every 2K is kind of the same. Everybody has that corner bitch, and you kick out to that corner bitch when you're stuck. So, Giant Slayer, just in case for those people that do not want to kick out. You want to max that out as much as possible. Obviously, this is for my liking. This is what I'll choose. I don't have contact finisher. I am a 6'2". That's the only reason I chose not to actually go with it. Consistent finisher, there's no point in me having that, because if you know how to time your jump shot, I'm pretty sure you could time a layup. So there's absolutely no point. Everything else feels like it's completely useless. Slithering Finisher, you avoid contact. If it's a center, you would want to do that as much as possible. Pro Touch gives an additional boost for having good layup timing. Obviously, if you could time a jump shot, you could time a layup, and you want to increase the chances of you making that, because you're a 6'2". You got to express that as much as possible, just because people don't get that through their head. You're a small person, and you could take any help that you need. Relentless Finisher, obviously I didn't have any more to actually make it a Hall of Fame, but I wish I could. But nonetheless, that's what I have to go with. Reduces the fatigue effects for continually finishing at the rim with contact. You're going to get caught off a lot of times. There's going to be those people that want to be cocky and try to dunk on people with a 6'2". But, you know what I'm saying, to each his own. That's the finishing badges, my shooting badges. Catch and shoot silver. There's no point in having it really that much, because you're going to be an ISO player. So in reality, you could take this off. Unless you like kick out and then they kick it right back and you instantly pop. Other than that, there's no reason to having catch and shoot, but I kind of like it just for that security. Completely up to you, but I am going to take it off right now. I'm going to put it in here, and I am going to put it in Tireless Shooter. The reason I say Tireless Shooter is strictly for the fact that you're going to be dribbling a lot and you will get fatigued. So you kind of want to have this badge Hall of Fame in a sense, but I'm restricted for how many badges I can actually upgrade. So eventually you can obviously tweak this out even after you created your build. So keep in mind that it just takes some time to getting used to these badges, and you know, swap them out if you feel like one doesn't fit the other. Steady Shooter, need that. You're short, anybody puts a hand up to you, yeah, that shit is contested by 50 plus every time. Volume Shooter, supposedly they fixed it, you can hit more shots or some shit like that. So I just put a bronze. Quick Draw, that increases the speed of your jump shot. I kind of hope they take that out eventually though, before the game is released. I feel like it's useless. Like that just like if I could have those 2 points, I would pick up Tireless Shooter and put that Hall of Fame. But no, I have to actually put 2 points into that. Range Extender, which is limitless range. You kind of want to have that hot start. If you can hit your first jump shot, whether it's a 3 or a mid range, you're hot for the rest of the fucking game. So you kind of need that badge. Pray that you hit that first shot. It kind of takes away if you miss it, but it's like the majority of the times you will most likely hit your first shot. If you're ass, I don't know. Like that's I can't help you with that. Learn how to hit your shots, kid. Corner Specialist, I only have it bronze. Like corner is by far the easiest place to hit a 3 from, in a sense. Well, for most NBA players, but for me to have it any higher, I already have like an 80 something, 84, 85, 3. So I feel like I could hit that without the badge. So just having it bronze is okay. Deadeye is most likely needed for Limitless, which is range extender. After that, that's pretty much all the badges for that. You have 13 playmaking. Ankle breaker, you want that all the way up. Unpluckable, you don't want to get ripped. Oh fuck, you don't want to get ripped by your defender. Tight handles, the ability to break down the defender. Obviously, I would love to have that higher, but with the badges that I have, is just I don't have anymore. If I would have put more into dribble moves, well, playmaking, and I actually would have increased it more with the post moves attributes. I would have had more badges to work with, but I would have had less badges to work with when it came to shooting. So you could kind of like, obviously this is it just comes down to your preference. What do you prefer? If you want more playmaking badges, if you want more shooting badges, you have that. But on the last handles for days, you need that for your energy won't get drained right away. Dimer, just for those people that do kick out when you get cut off, when you get by a defender. And Space Creator, you need that. You need that on Hall of Fame, but you can't. But you need that. Yeah. Defense, clamps, gold. That's all you need. You're short, you gotta stay in front of your defender as much as possible. So yeah, that's basically the build that I would go with if I'm an ISO god. Keep in mind that there is still like a million other skill graphs that they have yet to release. The demo does not have all the skill graphs. This might not be the best build for as far as, you know, being a dribble god or an ISO god, whatever the hell you want to call it. This is the build. This is the only build that can actually do that for you for right now, until the actual game comes out and you can actually build more stuff. But we're restricted for this one. Obviously change your jump shot as well. But that is going to be the end of the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think. You already know who the fuck it is, man. It's your boy Ricky Rose, and I'm out of here.